someone who is going out of their way to play the victim. Because a lot of people, they think they're victims, or they love to play the victim because of the attention it gets them. And a narcissist, they'll be the victim, they'll be the hero, but they'll never be the villain that they are. They'll never claim that. So some people, they really are victims. Like, people really did do something to them that had them jaded and messed up. And some people, it's cause and effect. What they did cause an adverse reaction, definitely not favorable to them. And now they're mad about it because there's nothing they can really do about it. But had they been coming correct in the first place, then that wouldn't have happened. So they're only really victims of their own guilt and lack of accountability. Some people, they'll do anything to avoid accountability, saying this is my fault, this part is my fault in the situation that was bred from the two of us bringing these two frequencies together. That was the shockwave, the aftermath. So be careful of that. Someone who's always in your face, gossiping about somebody and saying what they did wrong. They never tell their partner's story, and every time they tell their partner's story, they never look like the villain. They always look like the victim or the hero, right? They always look like, the badass, basically, or, the sob story, the tragedy. So be careful of these types of people, because they are professional time wasters. They will sit there. They don't give a fuck about you and what you need to do to survive. They'll be at your job with that same energy about that person or a group of people, in order to keep playing victim and stay in your head about it. And the next thing you know, you're on a bandwagon, either because you want them out of your face that bad, or because you actually believe the insidious lies that they sit up and tell you, which is a reflection of themselves and how they are lying to themselves, refusing to acknowledge, their wrongdoing or wrong saying in the situation, whatever that situation may be. But even if, the villain and victim are within the same person, because some people, they're, it's self-induced victimhood, basically. So they'll do something that has and they know it's going to have an adverse effect or reaction, but they want to have a story to tell. Like some females, they'll provoke a dude, knowing that he'll beat her, knowing he'll put the paws on her, and either way, and it's not in self-defense either. She's just doing it so she can have a story to tell. Some people, they're wired like that. They're sick. And when you listen to these people talk about being a victim, their victimhood, and woe is me all the time, you're not being much of a help to them when you sit there and listen to them like, yeah, really, and give them half concern. Just either tell them flat out, like, I don't care, you need to look within yourself, or tell them straight up too, like, what part of you, what did you do to cause all this? Because what you're doing is you're just helping them feed into their mental illness. That's all it is. This is what they have, is self-induced Stockholm syndrome to victimhood. So the only thing you're doing is aiding their mental illness. You're not helping at all, because you're coddling them, and that's not good for any mental illness. The point about mental illness, the first step to admitting you have a problem, to getting over a problem or getting past a problem, is admitting that you have one. And you have to get these people to admit, hey, they have a problem. They have a mental illness. And mental illness is just a psychiatric adjustment made from within to adjust to society and adjust to past traumas or current, or potential worries, so on and so forth. It's an adjustment that your mind makes to help you cope with whatever it is. And sometimes you cope in a very toxic way, which is being a victim, or some people want to be villains as well. It's just not the way to go. And it all gets pretty. And the most toxic thing you could do, and toxicity in mental health usually is a projection of self onto others, of the worst parts of them. And sometimes people internalize it, like things like anxiety and stuff like that. It's like those are people who are trying not to project things onto others. When people have anxiety, when they're more introverted, they just want to deal with their own problems internally, but they have so much outside influence that it becomes nerve-wracking for them to heal the way they want to heal without projecting onto somebody else. And actually, that is the most healthy way to heal, is to go within yourself, because you're at the end of the day, you are who you are. You are the decisions you make, and you have to, at the end of the day, that's who you go to bed with, that's who you have to live with, that's who you go into the ground with. That is the person, the vessel is the thing that you spend your last moments with on this plane. So, but some people, misery loves company, basically. These are miserable people, and they want everybody to be miserable with them, and they don't care how they do it and how many lives they affect in a negative way, and they will waste all the time and all of other people's time that they need to achieve that mission and take it one of their greatest points of energy out, basically. So yeah, be careful, because these people, like I said, professional time wasters. Imagine the time you spend on gossip and just basically forms of witchcraft, when you could just be building stuff for yourself. You could be improving yourself, making yourself better, faster, smarter, stronger. And this is not in a competitive sense. It's just you're only in competition with yourself. You can beat everybody in the world, or you can beat no one, but the competition at the end of the day was within yourself. And these people, they also want you to compete with them for world's best sob story. Like, who does that? Or who got done the most dirty or whatever, and how they didn't overcome it, and how bruised and broken it's left them. They will keep you stuck. You will be in a sunken place, a woe is me place, and that is a place it is very hard, I'm sure, to come out of. I've never been there. I've always been like optimistic. Okay, it happened. So what do we do to dig ourselves out of this nonsense? What do we do to keep moving forward? What do we do to, keep the ball rolling and, basically move and push forward and not dwell and be stuck in a feeling? Because that's what a lot of feelings do, especially the negative ones, is they get you stuck. They get you stuck in a mindset of, I'm not going to do anything with my life. I can't do anything with my life because X, Y, Z. And the blame is always external, or for the most part, it's external to somebody who doesn't realize what it is. Like, that they need to look within themselves and realize that about 95% of our problems really come from within. People will do the most on the external, but guess what? It's not the offense, it's the way you react to the offense is what gets you messed up at the end of the day. So I leave you with that. Drink plenty of water, eat your roots, heal yourself. Don't let anyone tell you what you're worth, and most importantly, life is too short to mind other people's business, so it's best that you mind your own. Peace.